English literature. English literature has developed over the course of more than 1,400 years. The earliest forms of English, a set of Anglo-Frisian dialects brought to Great Britain by Anglo-Saxon invaders in the 5th century, are called Old English. Beowulf is the most famous work in Old English and has achieved national epic status in England despite being set in Scandinavia. However, following the Norman conquest of England in 1066, the written form of the Anglo-Saxon language became less common. Under the influence of the new aristocracy, French became the standard language of courts, parliament, and polite society. The English spoken after the Normans came is known as Middle English. This form of English lasted until 1470s, when the Chancery Standard or Late Middle English, a London-based form of English, became widespread. And here are some of the people behind English literature. The first one is Geoffrey Chaucer, 1343 to 14,000, is the author of the Canterbury Tales, was a significant figure in the development of the legitimacy of vernacular Middle English at a time when the dominant literary languages in England were still French and Latin. Second one is the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in 1439 also helped to standardize the language, as did the King James Bible 1611 and the Great Bowel Ship. Poet and playwright Mr. William Shakespeare 1564 to 1616 is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and one of the world's greatest dramatists. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright. In the 19th century, Sir Walter Scott's historical romances inspired a generation of painters, composers, and writers throughout Europe. The English language spread throughout the world with the development of the British Empire between the late 16th and early 18th centuries. At its height, it was the largest empire in history. By 1913, the British Empire held sway over 412 million people, 23% of the world population at the time. During the 19th and 20th centuries, these colonies and the USA started to produce their own significant literary traditions in English. Cumulatively, over the period of 1907 to the present, numerous writers from Great Britain, both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, the US, and former British colonies have received the Nobel Prize for works in the English language more than any other language.